That was Halle Berry?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Oh. We're not. Well, we're recording right now, but you're not.
Welcome back to the Popcorn Verdict, where we're going to go over Never Let Go.
It's a movie by Alexander Aja of High Tension fame, Crawl, Mirrors. He's done several movies, definitely in the horror genre. But here we go. Let's talk about it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I made a mistake and accidentally stopped the recording for Mark when I thought I was starting the recording. So you'll still hear everything he has to say about the movie. You just won't be able to see him. I apologize. We're still learning. We're still figuring it out. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting the channel. This cast list is so small. And then I was like, there really wasn't a lot of characters.
It's a small movie.
Yeah, it was a very small movie.
But very atmospheric. A lot of dread, even from the beginning. With the way it's shot, everything's very muted. Just kind of feel very isolated the entire time. And from the very beginning, you see things like see the dead body that kind of starts moving, and then she wakes up. So immediately my brain starts thinking, okay, what's the twist? What's the twist? What's the twist? So she started talking about an evil. I was like, oh, she's already been touched by the evil, or she is the evil, or something like that. You just never know. But that's how my mind works. Like, I'm trying to figure it out the entire time while still trying to enjoy the movie and be in there.
Yeah.
And then trying to listen to what they're looking for the clues here and there, that kind of thing. But yeah, very atmospheric movie. Very slow burn for sure. So
we were trying to figure out what was going on. I will give it that. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't really know what was going on at all, and then it scared me.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot to scare me.
I know. I don't know how you watch these movies from under a blanket all the time, but somehow she manages.
I figure you'll just tell me about it.
Yeah. You
what just
like,
happened?
What happened? What did she see? That's a story for another day. If we ever do a Bird Box.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Yes. Well, the movie pretty much starts where we didn't know what the heck was going on. Like, we thought that. Well, I thought that she had a mental illness, and I was like, "Is this mom just mentally ill?" Because they're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And would you say it's a cabin house, like a like an old house?
Yeah.
And they have ropes tied around them to go out, and you're not really sure what's going on. And the mom keeps seeing things that aren't there.
Yeah. And even the boys know that she's seeing things that they're not seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, even which they're great actors. Oh my gosh, those little boys. That was really good.
Yeah.
But it was something to where I was trying to figure it out, like what is going on the whole time. And we even said in the middle of it, I was like, do you think she has a mental illness and there's nothing there, and she's just keeping her children trapped there? Because they have the ropes. They tie them around their bodies to go out anywhere to search for food. You don't see anyone else except for the mom seeing people or creatures, or have like a snake-like tongue.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's what it is?
Yeah,
like a snake-like
it's a forked tongue. Yeah.
Ugh. So.
Which is her favorite animal, by the way.
I hate snakes. Oh my gosh. I was so scared we were going to see a snake. Yeah. Which we were close to seeing a snake.
Yeah. Well, when he found that snake skin, he's like holding up everything like that.
I was waiting for a snake to bite him. Yeah. That's what I was waiting for, because one of the worst things you could do is get bit by a snake in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. How are you going to get help? What if it's venomous? Like.
Well, you're just watching videos today of people just getting bit all the time. There's a news story about something about that first half of this year with been more snake bites than the previous 10, 20 years.
And I listened to the story because I couldn't watch it because it had the snakes in it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not watching that.
Yeah, absolutely not. No.
Yeah, because that woman got bit by that one a rattlesnake on her foot in California.
Well, I think it was a rattlesnake. Yeah, it was a rattlesnake.
Yeah, I heard the rattlesnake. She said it didn't even rattle. She said she didn't even hear anything.
Yeah, they don't always rattle.
Yeah, well, it just bit her. So, I'm probably gonna have nightmares.
The rattling's usually a warning. If the snake got startled, it probably just attacked. Probably didn't even warn her.
Yeah, she was just standing over there, bare feet. So I'm sure that she'll be in a hazmat suit from now on whenever she goes out there.
Yeah, if she ever goes back up.
I wouldn't. My whole garden would be weeds. Yeah. Or I'd pay somebody to do it. I'm not going out there. No, thank you. No. I think Halle Berry did a good job.
Oh, she did a great job.
I think she did a really, really good job.
She's a really talented actress. She always has been.
Yeah, but she made me think she was crazy the entire time. Yeah. And she was a little crazy because she has those kids and she's forcing them inside of like a box in the bottom of the house. And
well, and also too, I mean, the makeup, they did a great job on the makeup on that, because I mean, she's also like a naturally beautiful woman. You know, I mean, that's been known.
Yeah, but, she's really pretty.
And even though she's gotten older, I'm not even sure how old she is now, but even though she's gotten older, I mean, I think people make jokes. Oh yeah, all they had to do is not apply makeup.
She is 59 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. I would have never have guessed that.
No. Well, she's looked like she's been in her 30s for like the last 30 years.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. Actually, when she was in her 30s, she probably looked like she was like in her early 20s. Yeah, so
yeah, probably.
Yeah. But again, very
Some
talented.
Just age really well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, she's a very talented actress and really chewed the scenery. And like pretty much in any scene she was in, she was in a lot of the scenes up until a certain point. And even then, after that, she was still in a lot of scenes. But we'll just put it that way. I mean, we will spoil things, but I'm just saying, like for now, since we're in the early part of the movie, we're talking about.
Yeah. I guess the premise of the movie is trying to figure out what is going on. She's seeing creepy things. Yeah. The boys don't see them yet, so they're starting to think she's crazy. Well, how old would you think the boys are?
They look like they're probably about 9 or 10.
See, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about 9 or 10. That's kind of the age that they were twin boys.
Yeah, they're kind of ageless, like not ageless, but they never really say. But they also obviously have lived all their lives out in that cabin.
Yeah.
But speaking of the mental illness versus the evil that's out there, that kind of stuff, the rope, while it's supposed to be something to protect them, it's also something that keeps them tied to that so they can't get away.
Yeah, they're tied to the house. Yes. It comes out of the hole. I'm not quite sure.
There's something in the basement or something in the lower level,
and it just comes out of there.
Yeah, she's able to like bring it in and then tie it to allow herself to go further out. And there's a part in the movie I noticed when the one child, I think it was Nolan, he pretty much did the entire length of the rope and it reached out to the street. Did you saw?
Yeah, didn't he tie the ropes together? Didn't he tie his mom's? And...
well, she would do the same thing. She would pull the
because
ropes
it's still connected to the house.
Yeah.
So the evil can't touch them
while they're
tethered to the house in some way.
Well, to the house or together. Because remember, at one point too, they were all cut off, but they all tied together. And she remember it was pretty early on. So she was hugging the boys, and they were asking her, what is it? What do you see? And that was when you saw the woman, which turned out to be her mom.
Well, she wrapped her rope around them.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So as long as they're tethered together, she told them that as long as they're tied together or tied to the house, because the house is their home. So I think it's like that unit. As long as they're together, they'll be fine.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Which is crazy. And being kids who are just trapped in a house, and then one of them sleepwalks.
Yeah.
So they have a bell tied to their leg. Was that Nolan or?
Yeah, it was Nolan. Yeah.
Yeah. So. If you got to be tethered to the house, I think I would tie my child up all night. And
probably tether. Yeah,
it sounds terrible. Not in that way, but like in a way to protect him. Like I don't want him out of the
tie
house.
him to you in some way. So if he starts to move, you feel.
Like I don't know how you would do that, but she did seem abusive in a lot of ways. Like she really did
under the pretense of protection.
Yeah. But. Throwing them in that, what is that, like underneath the house, that like cubby hole.
That is like the holy, that's what they have to put their hand on. Yeah, they have to put their hand on it and recite, the words that she asked them to recite when they came back, with a knife to their necks, basically.
Oh, yeah. Because she didn't trust them to not be an evil being or evil thing, even though they weren't really allowed to come into the house. But I think if they possessed them, maybe they could come into the house.
That's what she was worried about. That would like poison the house. Like if they got touched, then they came in and allowed the evil in.
Yeah.
But until then, that's why she would sit out there not tethered, but sit out on the porch and like look out there, and the evil would talk to her all the time. In the guise of I guess her dad. Oh no, it was their dad that she kept seeing. And he was
the little boy's dad.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And then he promised he'd make her eat her babies.
Yeah, which is terrible.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being a parent and hearing that from some evil thing that I was going to hurt my children in some way.
Yeah.
And then she's trying to protect them, but is also seeming crazy because she's so adamant and so aggressive and putting a knife to their throats.
Yes.
Like, you will recite this and over and over and over again. And then for that one part of the movie where one of the boys said that she was my favorite, or I'm her favorite.
Yeah.
Did he really say that?
Yeah.
Or not? Like,
what do you
at
mean
the beginning, the first time.
Oh, the
did
first
he really
time?
say it? Because I didn't remember him saying.
Oh, I don't remember now. I'm pretty sure he did. I think that's why at the end when he says that, like, it kind of reinforces. Well, because again, the whole movie is kind of an allegory for either just evil in the woods. It's not really allegory. That's like on the nose, or an allegory for mental illness.
The mom is saying there's no one out there, right?
Yeah, the whole world,
is evil.
Is evil, and it's all falling apart. That's why they're in there and they're tied up and they can't leave.
Yeah.
For their own protection. Meanwhile, like you said, they're being abused basically, and whether it's abuse, the physical abuse, when she thinks that they might be possessed or be in touch with the evil, or the physical abuse, like not enough food. I mean, they're basically starving to death, eating bark, and they go out and find they can find a squirrel or bugs,
frogs.
Yeah, so poor frog. You felt bad, like, and I was like, ugh,
And they have a dog.
Yeah, dog's name is Koda.
Koda.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a dog.
Played by Brass. We found out when we saw the credits. I always love the name of the dog.
That was a cute dog.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
Love Koda. Koda, probably one of my favorite characters in the film.
Yeah. But at first you see, when they're first there in the house, from when we see them at least, because they've been in there since they were babies.
Yeah.
But you see that they have like food and everything, and then it gets to where they don't have any more food.
Yeah, they said
things get more dire.
Yeah, they're saying they're having a rough winter. Everything.
The animals haven't come back yet.
Yeah. So, like you said, things were getting really bad to the point that she even sat them all down and showed them pictures that they'd never seen before. They'd never seen the Polaroids, and showed a picture of her, a picture of them with Koda, and then she said there's a third picture that one day they would see, which we never really see. But a part of that was to talk to them about the fact that they are at the point where they're going to have to eat the dog. Yeah. Because they have no more food.
And I was so scared of that. I'm not going to lie. When I saw them running out of food, the first thing you think is either cannibalism, like she's going to eat one of the kids.
Yeah.
Or...
Which is the evil saying he's going to make her eat the kids.
I know. So then I was like,
she's already thinking about it.
Is she going to eat the kids? Like, because he said that was going to happen. Or the dog.
Yeah.
And I was so worried about the dog.
Yeah. That's, any movie where something happens to an animal, like, usually when I see a cat in a movie, I figure that cat's done. Because I don't know what it is, but most movies you see a cat, it's getting eaten by something, it's getting killed by something, whatever. Very rarely does it survive. Or if it does survive, there's one movie, if it does survive, it's because the devil possessed it. Yeah, so that's usually what happens. Cats are, according to movies, cats are usually evil or they're eaten or killed in some way, shape, or form.
I always get so worried. You and I both get worried when we see an animal.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like, what's going to happen?
When I see an animal, I see a walking plot point.
Yeah.
That something's going to happen with that. Because if it's not, there are some movies that are bad enough that they put an animal in there and you never see it ever again. Yeah. But then there are some movies that you see an animal in there, like, that's going to be a plot point later on. Something's going to happen to that animal, or the animal's going to get someone killed or something like that. You never know. Which is bad too. But, I'm always like, please don't hurt the animal. But 9 times out of 10, the animal's not surviving.
Yeah, even horse scenes and wars and stuff, and I know something's gonna happen to a horse. I'm like, stop hurting the horses. They're not picking a side.
Oh, Game of Thrones is horrible for that. Like, as soon as you see someone on a horse, you know that horse is not gonna make it.
Yeah, especially if they pay any kind of attention to that horse.
Yeah, yeah. If that horse is lucky, it'll only get burned alive by a dragon. Yeah, but we digress. But yeah, so in that's probably one of the biggest plot points is once again, dog's a plot point. Mm-hmm. And I even told you too. I was like, oh my god, if she's gonna kill that dog, they need to kill her. They need to eat her. Eat her first.
We thought that she was crazy. Still, we're like, is she just crazy? Like, go to the grocery store. Like,
but think about it. In that same situation, if we're all starving, that kind of thing, we still have our pets. Are you thinking? Just that's the way I am. It's like I would just, they're part to me. They're family. I'm not killing those pets.
I would rather leave you guys somewhere safe and travel miles and miles and miles to try to find something. Yeah. If I had to go and weave more ropes to keep tying them together.
I do the same thing with my kids. Just like I do that. Like, if I have to, I will go out with the dog, with the cat, with the kids to go. If staying here is guaranteed death, then we're going to try we're going to do the unknown. That's how I feel about it.
I'd rather let my animals go so they have a chance.
They're not on their own. Yeah, but they're gonna come right back to you. And if dogs will bring you stuff, cats will bring you stuff.
And that's why we wouldn't get rid of them.
Yeah, because they can catch the birds and the mice and bring them to us. So I think but at the same time, if I'm starving, they bring me a mouse, we're eating the mouse. I don't know what else to do.
You have to lie to me.
Yeah, that's a different movie. Okay. No, but seriously, it's just like, some people, and I get it, it's plot point, it's about desperation, things like that. But in real world, the cats, hopefully the cats will go out and eat something, they'll get their fill and then bring back whatever's extra, you know what I mean? That kind of thing, because they're going to be hungry. The dogs, if we have multiple dogs, they'll pack hunt for us and bring us something, or usually they'll bring us to whatever it is that they find, that kind of thing. I mean, we have a Great Dane, and they were bred to bring down boars and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, they could use some pork. Maybe there's a boar out in that forest somewhere. I don't know. But, wouldn't that have been nice? They could have found something like that.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
our dog. Our dog would just be like, "What's going on?" And then, you'd probably just get in your face. You'd be like,
our Great Dane and our lab were really concerned about the movie, though.
Yes.
They kept watching it. They were just like,
"You're like, huh?"
And I didn't want him to watch the dog scene.
I know. Hey, look away. Look away.
Look away from the dog.
Oh.
So the thing is they're all hungry.
Yeah.
They're all starving to death. So her theory is, we'll eat the dog. And she goes to take that dog, and it's the one kid's best friend. Which one? Was it Nolan or Sam?
No, Sam's the one that was always listening, always wanted to please mom or anything like that. Nolan's kind of the naysayer.
Yeah. And there's always one kid.
It's part of growing up.
Yeah. But Nolan, loved the dog, didn't want her to do anything with the dog. So she took the dog into, their grow house, where they grow plants and stuff like that. Little shed.
Their grow house, really.
What is it called?
Oh, I guess it's called a grow house now.
And I think that's what the greenhouse. They're called greenhouses.
Yeah.
But that's not a greenhouse, though. They're growing plants.
No, it's basically it's like a place where it's kind of just what would you call that? Just like a shed.
It's a shed, a big shed, and they can protect plants and stuff in there, which is nice.
But it was not a grow house. It wasn't that kind of movie. I won't say what. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, that's not what that was. At least that we know of.
So she takes the dog in there because she's going to dispose of the dog, trying to be...
And she's going to serve them up, unalive the dog so that they could eat.
Yeah, so she was trying to do that, and did you say it was Nolan? Okay, Nolan decides to cut her rope.
Yes.
And locks her
he was
there.
really upset about that.
He was really upset. He did not want to.
He had the reaction that I would have had.
Yeah, we were upset. Yeah. We wanted the dogs not to watch this scene.
Yes.
Our dogs are don't watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, because Nolan really kind of becomes our focus into what's going on in the movie. It's not evident when you first start watching the movie, but he really becomes the audience side of it. So
yeah. So he cuts her rope with an axe. And then, or machete.
Machete. Yeah.
With a machete. And then locks her inside and then says it's not real. It's not real. And then she said, I lied to you. I am the evil. Or
she's the one who brought the evil.
She's the one that brought the evil and it's going to kill them or something. I don't remember.
She can't protect them.
I can't protect you. So she's trying to get out of the shed, and then Sam comes to try to get her out of the shed. And in the meantime, her mom
shows up. Yeah.
So that was all crazy.
Yeah. Well, and then so they're tussling outside. They're rolling around, and then inside there, she's seen her mom come at her, and then instead of her being taken by her mom or being touched by the evil, she decides to unalive herself.
Yeah. To protect her kids.
Yes. Yeah.
So this whole, and then you still don't know if it's something to where she's just mentally ill and that's what she sees, because the kids don't see anything. They don't see that in there. They just see their mom, of course. Yeah. So I don't know. It was really intense. I was just is it real or not real? I don't know. Is she crazy?
Well, and you're second guessing everything because you're like, okay, what we're seeing, is that what's actually happening? What's going on? Because even when she would put the kids in the box or in the floor, thing, whatever, there was to help get get any what would you call it? Any access they had to the evil they're around it. It helped cleanse them or whatever. So but again, more of the physical abuse, locking them up in a small confined space until they were cleansed, pure again. Mm-hmm. So, and even there, they would hallucinate, all that kind of stuff. You never really know how long they're actually in there.
They really don't go over.
No, but you did see the one time Nolan had peed himself, so he had been in there for a decent amount of time. But you just never know how long all this stuff's going on. I mean, they're just being tortured left and right.
And she doesn't seem to feel bad about it at all.
No, well, she feels that she's got them convinced that, this is what they need.
Mm-hmm.
That's the textbook abuse,
Textbook.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I don't know. It'd break my heart to do that to my kids.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand that. I've also never been in that situation, but that still does not make any sense. Even if I was in a situation where I'm stuck in the cabin trying to protect my kids, I'm spending all my time trying to, teach them, which again, it looks like she was teaching them a lot. They were out, helping to gather and hunt and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I mean, it just the amount of disease that she has in her head. You know what I mean? You just don't know. And then the movies like got you convinced that well, what if there is something actually out there? But a lot of movies nowadays have you like kind of like Babadook, like you're just thinking, okay, this monster is really scary, or whatever's out there is really scary, but is it actually real, or is it just a figment, or like something that's just been created by someone because of in that case, because of their grief and their guilt? Here, it's probably a lot of the same thing. She's got a lot of guilt over what she did to her mom and her the children's dad. They just keep coming back. So I don't know. It's crazy, and then it just ends up taking it out on the kids without even realizing it has them convinced that, and really had to convince herself that this was okay. It's messed up. It's really messed up. Where were we? Talking about in the grow house, right?
You know what I meant.
I know, but it's funny that you said grow house. Can't let it go.
Is that bad to say grow house?
Do you know what a grow house is?
Well, I do now that you're giving me that look.
Yeah. So, well, again, that'd be funny if there's something like that in the movie that no one picked up on. We just picked up on something no one else, some subtext that no one caught. Yeah. This is why it's bad. I don't even want to say it because I don't want to get signaled on YouTube.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But so in the shed or whatever, she's locked in there. She ends up unaliving herself so she doesn't hurt her kids, and then basically they just kind of leave the body in there, and then the kids are trying to deal with the fact that she's gone, and of course Nolan feels guilt. He feels guilty for having done that. Sam, is just I don't know. He relied on her so much. I think he was just really struggling with that. But while doing that, then the hiker shows up. So Nolan decides that he's going to use the full length of the rope and get as far out as he could. And that's when he gets to the street, and he doesn't see anybody. He yells, that kind of thing. But as he walks back, I guess a hiker followed him, and eventually, as Sam followed Nolan, and then Nolan's like being all kind of defensive or like kind of apprehensive. But then Sam, who's feeling sick, comes out with the crossbow and ends up shooting the guy, as he walks away. But the guy, I don't know, I was kind of questioning him.
I was trying to figure that out too, because was he real? Because he did have food.
Oh, he did have food, and they did eat it.
Yeah, they had cans of food.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't see is I didn't look close enough.
And he did touch him, remember? Even though he had the rope on, and he shouldn't been able to.
Yeah, so I think that he did exist. He was someone that actually found it because he went out there, yelled, and then he followed him. The thing that he should have done, though, which I don't know if he did or not, but I mean, he should have been notifying, called the authorities immediately saying, hey, I heard someone out here. I'm going to go check it out. Instead, he followed him in. I don't know how long that rope is. I'm not sure how far out they went.
And he tied his mom's rope to it.
Yes, yeah. So he extended it as far as he possibly could and got to the road. So I don't know how much it is, but then he followed him in and was asking him questions. It was also the way he was asking him. I was like, I think it's purposely that way because you're like, okay, is he the evil or what is that?
Yeah, I think this movie's whole point was to try to make you guess. Like,
yes.
Is this real? Is it not real? Yeah. What's happening? And I think it did do a good job on that.
Yeah. But later on that night, he gets the food. Well, he tracks him, finds him. He's got it. I mean, it went through his back to his front, and he's laying there. He's got blood coming out of his mouth. He's done for pretty much. But he did have a cell phone, and again, the kids probably never seen a cell phone in their lives, so has no idea what that is. But it was 911. It was it had connected. So I'm pretty sure that's how they found everybody at that point. But he took his bag. And that's what had all the food in it, the food and water, had a canteen, all that kind of stuff. And Sam at first didn't even want to eat it. He's like, I don't believe it's, that's probably evil. But, that night he ended up tearing into it because, he's so hungry.
He's starving.
Yeah, starving. And then it was really cute. Nolan laying there with his Hormel Chili, holding that. It was really cute. But, he just...
Like, food drunk.
Yeah, food drunk. Oh, yeah. Having all that food all of a sudden, they'd be passed
after they
out.
have been eating, like, hardly anything. They were eating bark off of trees and stuff and moss. And
it was bad. But he did look at the guy's wallet and saw that he had a daughter. Mm-hmm. Or I should say, there's a girl in the picture with him we assume is the daughter. We don't know. But then later on, he sees the girl. He goes out he's playing around with the flashlight and hears a noise out in the shed and goes in there, sees his mom's dead body, which is smelling really bad now because, again, probably been dead for a few days. And that's when the girl shows up.
Yeah.
But I don't think, obviously, that girl was not the girl. I don't know what little girl is going to go out into the dark looking for her daddy in the middle of the night. She'd be waiting until broad daylight if she did it at all, if she was even there. So him having seen her, I'm pretty sure that was a figment of his imagination at that point. Or the evil was using that as a way to connect with the kid in some way, shape, or form, get him out there.
It's very evil.
Yes. A really great scene, too, where he cuts himself off the rope and he's following her. Because he's like, he pretty much got tangled up, which you even said, that's the evil meant to do that.
Yeah.
Comes off of that, and then you see like the hands on the tree and things crawling around.
Why? Why do they got to do body movements? It just freaks me out. Like it's just like what's that? The exorcism movies when they got the creepy girls. Which one is it where the girl, like he's like sleeping next to her in bed or something, and he wakes up and she's like all kind of body contorted on the ground. I literally think about that movie all the time.
What movie was it? I'm not sure.
It's one of the exorcism movies, and I was just like, oh my gosh! Like if I woke up and you were like in some kind of weird body movement, I would die probably. I'd probably have a heart attack.
Don't give me any ideas, honey, because you know how much I want to scare you. You're the only thing that protects the boys.
Don't do it. I think I would pass out.
Considering how much I love horror movies and all the horror movies I've seen, it is all my restraint, especially on Halloween, to not scare the boys all the time. And again, they're so easily scared. I can just kind of stand behind them and they just get scared. They don't.
Well, you usually walk through the house like a ninja anyway. We're all like.
That happens at work too. Like I'll walk around.
You walk very softly for some reason, and I cannot figure it out.
I did spend a year in Japan as my ninja training. So, no, I just like, but that was a really cool scene, and he basically gets taken over by the evil at that point. So, call that what it is. If she has mental illness, whatever, the kid's probably got it passed down to her. Again, we don't know what her background is. Maybe that's how she was. I think
there really was evil out there. I think that was the whole point. Yeah, there ended up being evil.
Yeah, but you can make the point too that there's evil out there everywhere, and outside and within. Yeah. Because do you think these are really good people that the evil just turned them, or do you think that they just the evil just kind of unlocked the evil that they already have inside of them?
I just think there was an evil presence out there.
Okay. So you feel that there was an actual evil presence out there that was,
Yeah, I think that there was something out there. Now, I don't know. Maybe it was just tied to the woods because she came back to the house and she's the problem. She even said, I'm the problem. Give your kids away so they don't have to deal with your problem. Like, I wouldn't want to be raised in that.
But that's actually like a point why I don't know if there actually was any. I think there's evil out there, but I think there's evil within too. And I think that I don't know if there's an evil presence out there, but it was definitely coming out of them. Like this is everything that was pushing them. Because at the end of the day, unless you have that kind of mental illness, you don't know what people with that kind of mental illness are actually going through. So it's a good way to kind of show that in cinema, that this is the kind of craziness that the people may see. And this is one person's take on it too. So, and again, for those people, 100% there's evil out there. So I agree with you in that respect. But for those
they're seeing people and they're talking to them. I guess that could be your mental illness too, though.
Yeah, it could be your mental illness.
But
it's real to them.
Schizophrenia.
Yeah, schizophrenia.
Did I say that right? Okay.
Schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia, they have delusions to where they see
they literally hear.
They hear people talking to them. I would not do well with someone else talking in my head. I do that enough on my own.
Well, but that's the thing. These people, they are actually talking to themselves in their head, but to them, it's a different person.
That's so scary.
Think about that. That's crazy.
I can't imagine someone going through that. That's just awful. Like, it really is. Like, to have to deal with that.
Yeah. Imagine you hearing these voices. It's your voice, but you think it's somebody else. That's mental illness. That's you don't realize that those thoughts and they're actually yours. They're coming from somebody else. So you don't. It's so foreign to you.
Yeah. I can imagine going through that. So
Are we crazy? I wonder if we're crazy.
Probably.
Yeah. But I think
everybody's a little crazy.
Yeah. I think it's all about how you deal with it, how you interact with society from that standpoint. Because there's some people I'm just like, I don't understand. I'm a very empathetic person, so I feel like I can understand where someone's coming from, but sometimes it's a very scary place.
Yeah. Yeah, very scary. So we don't really know if it was mental illness. We don't know if there's something evil really out there, or if it's just people are evil in general. Like there's evil people out there. Yeah,
I think it's just one of those movies where it's open to interpretation. It's like, because even like that last picture that we see, where you see like the kind of scaly hand that's on his shoulder, it's like, is that real, or is that just saying that she's passed on her illness to him? You know, that, or he was, maybe they were always going to get hit with that illness just because it's a mental thing. Or maybe because again, when he took the picture, we didn't see anything right there, but it could be super. I mean, that doesn't say that there's nothing supernatural there too. You could take that as part of it. Yeah. So, especially when you see her when the house is on fire and he pulls his mom into the little cubby and like basically she sheds her skin and becomes like a scaly, almost reptilian kind of thing, and he hugs her and then she like disappears. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's him fighting off his mental illness. Like he was able to get rid of it, but his brother's still gonna have it. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. It'd be a hard way to grow up. I don't think you come out of that unscathed. Yeah. I mean, until the sequel, never ever let go. Never ever let go. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has 56% for tomato meter. Yeah. Tomatometer. Yeah, I got it. Tomatometer. And 54% on popcorn meter. Okay. So they're pretty divided audiences. Yeah, and I could see that because I didn't know if I like it or not. Yeah, well, that's critics. That's a critic score, the 54. So critics are pretty divided on it too. Yeah, I think everybody is just pretty divided, which I get that because I was I don't know. It's not something where I'm like, oh my gosh, you have to watch this movie. Yeah. It was okay. Yeah. Well, and I think too, when you think about the movie, if I think about it as a movie, as an entertainment piece, I think that the kids and Halle Berry did an awesome job. They had great performances. Very believable for the most part. I mean, the kids are still kids, but I mean, when you try to put yourself in their shoes, would you react in the same way? I think the narrative is I think it might be so open to interpretation. Doesn't have like a rule. It's not very structured. So I could see people maybe, attacking it from there. It's like, because again, when you're trying to make a movie that's open to interpretation, sometimes you have to have a very structured, plot line or, throughout the entire movie, and then it kind of opens up at the end. Whereas as you're going through, you're constantly questioning everything all the time. A lot of times people, because of that, when they get to the end, they want a solid conclusion. This one does not have that. Yeah. So they're probably thinking, okay, what did I just watch? I instead of watching a movie with a beginning, middle, and end, I watched a feeling. You know what I mean? Or I watched without any kind of narrative focus. Other than, what is the evil? I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, like, is the evil real or not? It's probably the biggest question, and that question's never answered. This person on Reddit said, I thought it was a metaphor about schizophrenia or something, but I guess I was wrong. It was really good, though. Scares were done really well. Yeah. Oh, I agree with that. They were good. I don't think that he's wrong. I mean, we don't know. It could be schizophrenia. Yeah. I mean, maybe because somebody else said it wasn't. Well, that picture at the end, I think, is what throws people a lot, because it looks like, we see a Polaroid with that arm on his shoulder, but, we don't know if that's really what was taken. Because, again, when he took the picture, you didn't see that. But when you think about it, too, you don't really see his shoulder. I have to watch that again, see if you actually see the shoulder or not. Yeah. This person said, there were a couple of people who probably never seen a thriller or scary movie in the showing I was in ever, because every jump scare shot them to the moon. Yeah. The sound design was great. When the husband was speaking off screen, my dumb ass thought some idiot was being loud in the theater. That's cool. My thought process was the mother is nuts because she was only able to see the visions at first, and the little girl she left to die was real. That's what I thought too. Yeah. Then they're starting to have hallucinations because they're starving. The mother first because she gives more to the boys, and she's nuts. But getting Hormel chili drunk killed that. See, that's what I thought too, because I was like, but there really was food. Yeah.
It really was sweet with that guy. I really don't know, but with the picture at the end, I just think that it's a split of the mother did something to have an evil hang around her. She poisoned her mother, but the rest of the world is real. She just lied to keep them isolated.
Yeah.
The scene with the girl bug climbing the tree was cool. That's scary.
That was cool.
That's when I was like, okay, I'm hiding underneath my blanket.
That scene was, yeah.
And it says, what's with no roads leading to the place? That's what I was wondering too. I'm like, how did they initially get there? Like, there's no roads. And the only paths you really see are the paths that they walk all the time on the roads.
You did see the truck, the broken down truck.
You did. That was
so, there probably was some kind of driveway or something that, again, they've been in there for years. So all that probably grew over.
Yeah, especially if they have like a gravel drive or dirt path.
Exactly. It doesn't take long. I mean, you have to keep that stuff cleared.
Yeah, that's true. This person said this movie was so big of a letdown. The start of it got me wondering if the mother was schizo or not. There were many clues to why the mother would fit for schizophrenic. It started to get interesting. It got me asking questions, and then I can feel the suspense building up. Then for the rest of the movie, felt like throwing up after a hangover. I had so many questions, like what was the scene for when the mother was crunching on something with blood on her face in the woods? What was she crunching on?
I don't...
Did she eat a frog too? I remember the little boy eating a frog.
Yeah, she might have been eating something.
How did the father die? She unalived him, remember? Because the boy said that.
Yeah. Well, she told them that she did.
Yeah.
Well, she said the evil got them.
Yeah, so if the evil got them, then she took care of them.
Yeah.
But is that her craziness too? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
She's also holding a knife to her boys, like...
Yeah.
What was the lie that the mother kept from the kids? If the mother said she is the one who brought the evil there and the rest of the world is fine, then isn't she the evil one for keeping the kids there suffering with her together? That's what I said. I'm like, I would give away my children before I made them go through that. Why is the mother seeing half person, half snake? What was the thing that hugged the boy in the box when the house is on fire at the end? Is this sci-fi horror, paranormal, psychotic? The movie was so inconsistent with itself that I felt more uncomfortable with the seat that I was sitting in than this horror movie I paid to watch. I wanted to go home.
Yeah. I think the director was going for, here's all the things that they're seeing. It's a constant fight. We're not crazy that I know of. So we're not going through the mental illness that they're having.
We are.
But these things that we're seeing on the screen are the things that they're seeing. That doesn't mean that they're real. It just means that that's their reality. That their perception is that reality. So to him, his mom coming out of her own skin and becoming like a lizard thing that he hugged, that's his way of accepting, hey, I know you're the evil or whatever.
You're flawed.
I still love you.
Yeah.
I forgive you for everything you've done to us, and I'm sorry about what I did to you. So that was his way, and that's why she kind of went away, and he kind of accepted that. The other child, not so much.
I think the other child at the end is still got something possessed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I don't see that ending well.
Yeah.
I think that if the movie did really, really well, they'd probably do a second movie and then go on to that. But who knows if they will?
Yeah, I don't think this did very well.
I don't think it did either, based off of all the reviews and stuff.
But I'm good with it being a one-off too. I mean, I think that
then it leaves it open to interpretation.
I think when you're dealing with mental illness, there is no clear-cut solution, a clear-cut fix, cure.
When you're dealing with evil, there's not either.
Well, I mean, the one child he's like on the receiving end of a lot of it. And he's the one seeing all this stuff. He's seen a lot of stuff that even the brother's seen, but he's more accepting of it, seeing it for what it is, knowing that, and that's why he's able to say, hey, we're okay now. The other brother didn't have that same outlook. He was the one that followed the evil out into the, saw the bug girl, all that kind of stuff, had evil get inside him, based on that, but that's his way of saying, hey, I'm not going to accept this about me, I'm going to fight it, and it's coming across, I can't fight it, it's inside me, that kind of thing. So it's almost like he got rid of all his excuses, so now he's going to go back and just be evil. He's going to set the house on fire and watch his brother as he climbs on the roof, saying the house can't protect him anymore, that kind of thing. And at the end, him saying that, she loves me more. He's probably just as messed up as his mom was. Whereas the other one, considering what he went through, that's almost like his cure, not really his cure, but his way to live with probably the mental illness that was passed down to him seeing it for what it is. While the other guy's just reality to him.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's me really reaching. I'm really, because I see this as, I see what the director's trying to do. I agree with a lot of people. I think the execution wasn't great because but I think there's ways that I could have tightened that up. I look at this like, okay, this is what I probably would have done differently. But that's easy. That's hindsight's 2020, and I'm not a director.
Yeah.
And this guy's been doing movies since like mid 2000s at least. So
some land, some don't.
Yeah, some land, some don't, exactly. But yeah, I can kind of see where he's going with that. And that's why me doing that just kind of reconciles the opening ending, like, what it could be a real evil or not. I land more on this is, more about mental illness, mostly because too I've seen some of his other movies, and like High Tension, that was about mental illness too.
This person said, I really enjoyed this one. Loved how the movie kept you going back and forth between is this real or is it not real?
Yeah.
I just got out of the theater with my boyfriend and we're still torn on how much of that was real. I think I settled on the family itself being cursed, but the world at large being fine. Except now Sam is possessed, ? And has left the house. So would that fulfill the mom's prophecy of the evil destroying the world? Oh, I didn't think about that.
No.
All in all, had a good time. It's definitely a slow burn, but the children playing the brothers were so captivating that I didn't mind it. They were really good.
Yeah.
They were really good. It won't appeal to everyone. There was literally a guy a few seats down from us snoring about halfway through.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a really good mind sort of movie.
Yeah. Well, I get that too. So, what if she was trying to protect the world from her? What if she is some kind of serial killer, crazy person, and she brought her kids, like she killed her either husband or boyfriend, their dad, killed her mom, and then hid away, to try to prevent her from, because she knows that she might do that again. But now that the boys have been brought to the world, now they're gonna let loose, at the very least, Sam, let him loose on the world, to see what happens there. I mean, he could just end up becoming like some kind of serial killer or something.
This one said they really wanted to have their cake and eat it too. Felt like even they couldn't decide if everything was real or not, so they just did both.
Yeah.
And what's up with the kid that was so sure that everything was real that he was ready to hurt his brother, then he just instantly abandons his beliefs not hours later when that girl showed up? That didn't track for me.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Which, again, I don't know. I can't really justify that because that's one of those narrative issues with the movie. I think, people did 180 all of a sudden. I think we're meant to believe that, whatever he just went through kind of broke down the wall, that he would start believing the things he was trying to say weren't happening before. I don't know that was earned, from the movie. That's what I was talking about with the narrative things. I think there's some issues with that.
Yeah. The child actors were good, but the story felt really slow in the middle of the film. The scene with the dog was intense and the audio production was great. I just think the plot could have been structured a little better. The photo made it more confusing.
Okay, so I was thinking about this just a few minutes ago too, because we were talking about the photo earlier.
The photo, I think, it does have a lot of questions.
It does, but you also remember too that there's a third photo that they never saw. She said that was one for. I wonder if there's a photo with like an arm on her shoulder.
That would have been.
So, because that's something that she could say, maybe when they got older, like this is what it is. You know what I mean? Like this is what's going on. So. But I think, again, that third photo, we're just meant to wonder, what was that third photo? Was it just a picture of real life? Is it a picture of her killing somebody? Was it a picture, what could that be?
Or is it that she knew her son would take it?
Yeah.
She kind of knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Or maybe they're all maybe she kept them away because they're all reptilians. And, yeah.
Well, if they would stop eating frogs.
Yeah, well, that's what reptiles eat.
At least cook them first.
Yeah. I don't know that reptiles eat bark. Like they had a decent amount of bark in the movie.
I know people eat frog legs, but they cook them
but they cook
first.
them. they make them taste like chicken, not eat. Most people don't just eat a raw chicken.
Jeez. So what would you, 1 to 5 stars, what would you give the movie?
I'd say like maybe 2.5.
I would agree.
Yeah.
It's something to where I'm glad we watched it. There's been movies to where I'm like, I cannot believe I wasted 2 hours of my life watching this movie. I don't think this was one of them, but I think it was one of them to where I was confused.
Yeah, I think you have to like a certain kind of movie. Like if you like slow burn, like just atmospheric kind of films, it's great. If you want like a narrative and clear cut answers, that's not happening. Because you spend the entire time, you're almost not even paying attention to the movie. You're just looking for clues that something is real or not. Which as a filmmaker, you'd want to make a film where people are actually watching the film, not just trying to figure out the twist the entire time.
Yeah.
So that's what makes a lot of movies a lot better for me. I think of like Knives Out and Glass Onion and Wake Up Dead Man, where it's a mystery the entire time, but you're kind of enjoying the trip there, like to that point. But yeah, so like this, there's a mystery there, but the mystery just kind of takes over, and you want to see the interaction and everything, but everything is just like laced with the mystery instead of just enjoying seeing their interactions and whether they're crazy, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I almost like want to compare it to A Quiet Place, where that was good about that is you got to see the family dynamic a lot. Where here the family dynamic is just abuse.
Yeah.
Like we're just trying to survive. And they're literally in this constant state of survival all the time. Whereas in A Quiet Place, they're trying to survive. They're trying to make a life.
Okay. So we say what, 2.5?
Yeah, 2.5.
Okay. What do you guys think? Comment however many stars you think.
Yeah.
1 out of 5. I mean, if you really want to go on a 1 out of 10 scale, it might confuse people. But
give it a 4-point average. That kind of stuff. Give it a GPA. Give it something out of 10,000. I don't know. Whatever works the best for you.
Yeah. And then please comment like any movies you would like us to cover, watch. Sometimes I've seen things and I forgot that I've seen them until we watch them again. And I'm like, oh yeah, I
or until
know
we tape these videos or we record these videos, and I'm going to show my age tape. Recording these videos, and I'll bring it up, and I have to remind her she's seen it before.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know.
Yeah, and let us know. I mean, if you've ever seen, I've seen Creep. I love Creep. I think it's really good, and I've seen the Creep too. So that's one I'm throwing out there. See if anyone's
You're
interested.
hoping people write Creep.
Yeah, say Creep, because I want her to watch it because I mean it's unhinged. I love it. Yeah.
It'd just be comments that say creep.
Yeah. I mean, I have to be careful. I will make every movie we watch horror if I'm not careful, because I love the horror movies.
Yeah, I like to do a bunch of different types of movies, just depending on what kind of mood I'm in. Yeah, let us know. Subscribe, like the video, share it.
We've been the Popcorn Verdict, and our verdict is 2.5.
2.5. Let us know what your verdict is.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.